Hi, I'm Erik Linask, and I'm here talking today with AudioCodes' Alan Percy. Alan, thanks for joining me again.
Thanks for having us.
So I want to talk to you today a little bit about branch office appliances. And I guess maybe a great place to start is why do we need, or why are companies interested in branch office appliances? It seems to be sort of bucking a trend that's been going on.
Right. Well, in fact, it's an interesting question. Branch office appliances are really about taking many of the functions that have been moved into the host or into the core of a network and putting more intelligence out at the branch office. It's really turned out to be a trend that has helped with survivability and reliability in a lot of network applications.
Now, when you talk about survivability, of course, there are different levels of survivability that we can address and that different companies are looking for.
Right. Well, matter of fact, what we found out is that different businesses or different organizations have different needs. You know, from banking, for example, they're very, very dependent on their telephony resources, and they're really concerned about making sure that if there's a loss of wide area network connectivity, that they can still make calls from phone to phone, and or be able to make 911 calls. Obviously, a bank would be very important. So what they're asking is that they need to be able to put some functionality out at the branch office that give them the ability to survive wide area network outages without, with obviously when the network were to go down. And what they're discovering is that not all businesses are the same from the level of survivability, and therefore sort of the cost model that goes with it is a little bit different. So in some cases we're seeing just the basics, just be able to do phone-to-phone calling. In other cases we're seeing that they want advanced features like presence and messaging and other functions out of the branch office.
So tell me a little bit about what you guys at AudioCodes are calling standalone survivability.
Right. A standalone survivability for us is a function or feature that's built into our gateways. That's a small SIP proxy that's built into the gateway. And what that proxy does is it allows the phones that are on site to register with it, and then it basically memorizes the dial plan for that remote site. And in the case that there's a wide area network outage, then the phones would be able to continue to call back and forth because the proxy would step in and provide, the features for phone-to-phone calling and out to the PSTN or E911 calling.
So does that mean that people, that businesses are looking for full application survivability?
Well, in some cases they are. In those cases, they're not. They move beyond the standalone survivability function. And with some of our partners, what they're doing is they're actually putting small versions of their full application inside our larger gateways, like the Immediate 1000, that have what we call an OSN, or Open Solution Network Processor. And that's basically a full PC server that would go out in the remote site and allow them to put some or all of their application at the remote. And then that lets them do not only just calling, but maybe things like I said, like presence or maybe messaging or IVR features out of the branch.
All right, so you just mentioned OCS. What are some of the other ways that you guys at AudioCodes are implementing survivability in branch offices?
Right. So some of our partners are they're putting, for example, their own SIP proxy out of the remote, and maybe they might put like a small piece of media server software and a SIP proxy at the branch office. They might, in some cases, be putting a full-blown copy of their software. That would include, all the features necessary. Again, instant messaging and presence and all those other functions. A good example that might be Microsoft was doing with their branch office initiative. But others are perfectly happy with that basic little SIP proxy we talked about, like we did with Avaya. So those are all some interesting examples of what our partners are doing.
Excellent. Alan, thank you very much for joining me. We've been talking here with Alan Percy from AudioCodes about branch office appliances and why they're needed and what they can do for businesses. Alan, thanks.
Thanks again, Erik.